Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Granger. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. We're good? All right, I'll keep going. So today's theme, we're going to talk about how to use Blast with not just a putter, but all the rest of your clubs. So a lot of people just know us as a sensor company or just a putting company, but we're a lot more than that. We have a sensor, obviously an app. We also have a cloud called Blast Connect. So if you're not familiar with that, definitely check that out. My resolution this year, I worked very hard on my putting last year. This year is to focus on everything else. So we're going to cover out how to change clubs and how to use Blast, different scenarios today. So let's come check it out. So I have the sensor on my club, put it on my putter. Today I want to work on my putting, right? So I'm going to make sure before I do anything else that I'm connected to a putter. The sensor thinks it's a putter, it's looking for a putting stroke. So I'm going to go to the menu, top left corner, just to double check. And then I'm going to go to my clubs, tap my clubs. And then on the top right it says set active. So now I'm going to set my active club. And I've already done this ahead of time. I've done my homework. I've already added my clubs. So right now I have Granger Lab putter, but if you're a coach, this could be Mr. Jones before, Kyle baseline. Really strongly encourage you to get in the habit of adding all your clubs ahead of time so that it's really easy to switch from one club to another. Cool? So I've already hit set active, the top right corner. Then to select the club I want to use, I just tap the circle to the right of the club's name. So I get this green dot, this check mark. I'm connected to my lab putter, connected to the club I want to use. Now I'll tap done. I'll tap the X in the top left corner. And I like to go to the dashboard. So that's this tile button where there's 4 tiles. It's at the bottom menu to the right of the camera. That's the dashboard. So in the dashboard, we have all our levels. You can also view multiple metrics at a time. I can double check which club I'm connected to by looking at the top. So I see this is my name, this is me, and I'm connected to my lab putter. So I'm ready to take a putt. Let's take a putt. So I hit my putt, make it, still have pretty good numbers. So it's really important to check your timing on a daily basis, especially if you've taken some time off, eaten a lot of bad food, not so healthy food, maybe you're on the couch for a little bit too much. Always really important to calibrate your feel on a daily basis. So that's how I do putting. But now let's say I want to switch to my wedge. So I'm going to rip the sensor off my putter. And don't be gentle. You won't rip the attachment. Grab my wedge. And then got to put the sensor on my wedge. Right, so it helps even kind of wet the inside of the attachment just because it's rubber on rubber. And we got to put my fingers in the base of the attachment and stretch really hard. Again, don't be afraid to rip the attachment. You won't rip it. Now, I like to anchor the club in between my feet and knees and legs just to make sure it's really stable. Then I'll double check it's not bunched up and that the head of the Blast logo is pointed down the center of the shaft towards the toe of the club. So let me check it first and then I'll show you. Okay, so that's pretty close. Doesn't have to be perfect, but within 5 degrees you're fine. You see that pretty well? Cool. So that's aligned, it's flush with the end of the grip. Now the club's ready, but now the sensor, it still thinks it's a putter. So if I go to make a putt, it would capture. I don't want to mess up my putting data though, so I'm not going to do that. All right? So now we got to switch the sensor to thinking, okay, I'm a putter. No, now I want you to be a wedge. So again, the top left, we'll go to the menu, go to My Clubs again, and then I'm going to scroll down, or up I guess, to the bottom. And you'll notice in the new app we've categorized the clubs by club type to make it easier for you to find your different clubs. So we got the putters and driver at the top, then the irons, then the wedges at the bottom. So now again I have to remember I got to connect to my wedge now. So I'm going to go to Set Active in the top right. Going to tap the circle next to where it says Lab Wedge, Granger Wedge. I get the green check mark. It's good. I'll tap Done, top right. X in the top left corner. And now I'm back on the dashboard. So now I can double check. I'm connected to my wedge. I'm ready to make a swing. So now I'm going to stretch, warm up. And now I'm going to hit a shot. And you'll notice my time, exact same as a putter as it should be. I've been practicing, right? So really quick to change from putting to wedges. And again, recommend you work on your timing first, then your tempo, then your speed. Time, speed. After wedges, let's say I want to work on my mid iron. But now I'm going to show you a quick way to change clubs even quicker. So come on over here, Kyle. So see where it says Granger Lab Wedge? I'm going to tap there. If I'm a coach and I blast connect, this will allow me to see all my players. So we call that coach mode. Coach mode's cool. It allows me to store data in my different players' lockers. I can also connect to their sensors if they're there with me. But now I'm going to connect to my equipment. And now I have my list of clubs here again. Again, putter, driver, irons, wedge. I'm going to scroll down, double check. I'm connected to my wedge. If I just tap there, let's say I want to connect to my 7-iron, like I said, I'll scroll up. I'll find Granger 7-iron, and I'll tap the circle right there. So in between, I tapped the ground. It thought it was a swing. So when you switch clubs, if you have any stored swings or putts on the sensor, you have to upload those first before you're able to switch clubs. So now I'm going to tap Download. I'm going to tap Next. They were made by me. And it takes 5 seconds to upload each swing. So that's already uploaded. I'll exit out of here. So let me just quickly show that again. All right, so now I want to quickly change clubs. And this will only work if you've already added the club you want to switch to your list of clubs. If you're adding a new club, you have to go back to the menu and add it first. Do it that way. Let's say I already have it in my list of clubs. I want to quickly change clubs. So I go to Granger Lab Wedge, pick the student or coach, it's me. I go to my equipment, and then where it says Granger 7-iron, I'm going to tap that circle. I'm going to exit out, top left. And now it's connected to my 7-iron. So it's a little quicker way if your club's already in the system. The sensor's on my wedge, though. I got to remember to switch it. So again, I like to anchor the club head in between my feet, shaft in between my knees. Makes it much more stable to put the attachment on. I'll double check it's not bunched. Check the alignment. I'm good. It's that easy. See how I do. So my goal with a 7-iron is about 0.65 seconds, so a little quick, but that's how you switch clubs. Hope it was pretty easy. It's very easy to switch clubs. You can do it within a few seconds. And really recommend you add all your clubs and students' data ahead of time, so that way you can quickly fly through it. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. If you're a coach, we'll be at the PGA show. Got a lot of fun stuff to show you. Talk soon.